Me and my family, we live in Brackenborough Hall. The Bennett family has farmed here since 1908. I'm the third generation, but fourth Bennett to farm.
I married Paul in 1987 and I've been here since. I feel part of the scenery now.
We have a mainly arable farm with beef cattle as well. Just outside that we have the coach house, which 15 years ago we converted to self-catering accommodation. Well, as time gone on, I think farmers have discovered they've got to use all the assets they've got, basically. The coach house is just outside our house. It was deteriorating. It was a lovely building, but basically it was just used for storage. We were going to have to spend quite a lot of money simply to keep it up as a listed building. While we were doing it, we thought we ought to make a business out of it. We had to get a meeting together with architects, planners, listed building people, and then JH Walter helped us get Rural Enterprise Grant.
And we've converted it to self-catering accommodation. We have 3 self-catering apartments. We can sleep up to 24 people, 12 in granary, the large one upstairs, and 6 each in the apartments downstairs, saddle room and stables.
By making it a business, by getting an income from it, it's become a very important part of the farm accounts. For farmers to use their farm buildings for self-catering accommodation isn't exactly an original idea, but you've got to try and be a little bit different from what everybody else is doing. During the renovation, we tried to keep as much of the original building as we could. Quite often, while the contractors were doing the conversion, they would say, "What should we do with this?" And we kept just saying, "Just leave it where it is. It'll be interesting to somebody."
The original manger that the horses were fed in, it's a bit unusual, but we then got the local joiner to put cupboards round them, and what we were able to do was to leave them in place but to reuse them, which gave employment to local businesses but also meant that we were keeping the original features. So both Paul and I are both very keen to protect the environment. We want the farm and the business to be sustainable and to make sure that any impact that we have on the landscape is positive. It starts from the immediate things such as encouraging recycling, minimising our use of plastic, using bio-friendly cleaning products.
We heat our house and the self-catering apartments and one of the other cottages with a wood chip boiler. Some of the wood chips come from our own woodland.
So we use eco-camel shower heads, which mean that they mix air with water, so it's saving water. The guests have been impressed by it, and in fact we've actually had them asking what we've used so that they could go home and buy one themselves. But it also goes much wider than that, in that we're trying to encourage the guests to help support our farm and community, but also the local community in Louth and the area.
Louth is a foodie town, really, with lots of independent shops, so we recommend the local pubs and restaurants, etc. We have a kitchen garden, so we provide our guests with seasonal vegetables which they can help themselves for free, but beyond that we then provide some products of Lincolnshire businesses.
And then we also have a lot of information for guests about other things to do in the area. There's lots of walks that you can do from the door on the farm and into Louth and into the Wolds. And to generally enjoy this fantastic place that we live in Lincolnshire. We've got a lot to do on the farm itself. There's a wonderful play area outside, we've got large gardens, we've got trees with swings in, and we've created a nature trail around some of the fields. It gets the kids out for a walk with a purpose, and there's a tick sheet so that they can mark off what they've seen.
On the farm I do farm tours, teaching people about where their food comes from.
We find that really makes a difference. If a child has actually picked something, they know where it is, they know how it grows, know where it's from, and they're much more likely to eat it.
So in 2013 we won the Green Tourism Business Award Gold. In some ways we were surprised we got gold, and then we're actually surprised how few other businesses have got the Gold Award, in fact. as useful as anything was actually the checklist of things that we had to go through to achieve the Gold Award.
Just by looking through the process, you find that actually you are doing a lot and you can gradually work to improve what you're getting. So it's worth looking at even if you're right at the beginning. And we were then able to use that for marketing purposes. We also entered the regional and local tourism awards. So it was really nice for us and an encouragement for Paul and me to keep doing what we're doing. It also engaged our staff and made them feel good about it. And then our guests like it as well. So it's been a very positive experience. Paul and I very much feel that we're custodians of the site for future generations, and that undergoes the ethos of our business and how we operate and our motivation.
And if you're thinking long term, sustainability has to be part of it, basically.
So we're always looking for new ideas, trying to learn from others and seeing what the next step is.
We might have more solar panels in time. Another possibility on the farm is for going for something like miscanthus as a biofuel.
There's some bigger things that we would like to do, such as putting in electric charging points. That's definitely something that's coming in and we've been asked for. I would really encourage other businesses to look at this. I think if they spend a little bit of time researching what's possible, they would find actually they're doing quite a bit already, and that's something that they can market and they can sell to their customers.
I think if you take your ownership of a listed building seriously and responsibly, then you have to keep it up anyway. And I would say if somebody has an idea that business may be a sensible thing to do, yeah, go for it.